Hey everyone, how are you? I mean, really, how are you? It's okay if the answer isn't sunshine and roses. You're here, and that tells me you're looking for a little light, a little hope. We're going to talk about depression. Yeah, that heavy word. Depression lies. It tells us we're alone, that it's all our fault. But that's not true. It's a journey we can navigate together. We'll unravel depression, explore tools and strategies to overcome it. For so long, we thought depression was all in our heads, a weakness, a flaw. But sometimes, it starts with our genes. Like inheriting your grandma's blue eyes, it's a predisposition to sadness. And then there's the chemistry, the dance of neurotransmitters. When those messengers get out of whack, our emotions can go haywire. Understanding the biology helps us manage depression. Life, with all its messy glory, leaves its mark on us. Trauma shakes us to our core, leaving us reeling. The relentless stress chips away at our resilience. It's like carrying an invisible weight. These experiences shape how we see the world. We, as humans, are wired for connection. We are hardwired to crave belonging, to seek solace in shared laughter and whispered secrets. But sometimes, life throws up walls. Sometimes, we find ourselves adrift on islands of isolation, the silence deafening, the loneliness a crushing weight. We might be surrounded by people, yet feel utterly invisible, unheard, unseen. And that lack of connection, that feeling of being utterly alone in our pain, it's a fertile breeding ground for despair. It's like trying to survive on crumbs when our souls are starving for a feast of human connection. It's amazing how interconnected our bodies and minds truly are, isn't it? It's like they're engaged in this constant dance, a delicate tango of influence. And when one partner falters, the other stumbles. When chronic illness settles in, casting its long shadow over our lives, it's no surprise that depression often follows. The relentless pain, the limitations it imposes, the fear and uncertainty it breeds, they all take a toll. And let's not forget the role of substance abuse. It might promise temporary escape, a brief respite from the darkness, but it ultimately digs the hole even deeper. Life, my friends, is not always a level playing field, is it? We all come from different places, carry different burdens, face different obstacles. Socioeconomic hardship can create stress, anxiety, and depression. The constant worry, the feeling of being trapped, it's a heavy weight. Access to quality healthcare is crucial, but for many, seeking help is a luxury they can't afford. You know, one of the most courageous things we can do in the face of depression is to admit we need help. To acknowledge that we can't muscle our way through this alone. It takes strength to reach out, to say, I'm struggling and I need support. But here's the beautiful thing. There are people out there, trained professionals, who have dedicated their lives to helping us navigate these dark waters. Therapy, my friends, is not about lying on a couch and dredging up your childhood. It's about showing up week after week and doing the hard work of self-discovery. It's about learning to challenge those negative thought patterns, the ones that keep us stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and despair. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, help us reframe our thinking to see challenges as opportunities for growth. And then there's interpersonal therapy, or IPT, which helps us navigate the complexities of relationships and communication. Because let's face it, sometimes those closest to us can unknowingly contribute to our struggles. Let's talk about medication for a moment. I know it can be a loaded topic, one that carries stigma and shame, but here's the truth. For some of us, antidepressants can be a lifeline. They can help restore the chemical balance in our brains, giving us the space to breathe, to think clearly, to engage in the work of healing. It's not a magic bullet, and it's not a sign of weakness. It's about giving ourselves the best possible chance at recovery. We often underestimate the profound connection between our physical and mental well-being. It's like they're two sides of the same coin. When we neglect our physical health, our mental health suffers, and when we're struggling emotionally, it can be hard to muster the energy to care for our bodies. But here's the thing. Even small changes can make a world of difference. We've talked about the isolating nature of depression, how it can make us want to withdraw from the world and disappear into ourselves. But here's the paradox. Connection is often the antidote to isolation. It's about reaching out, even when it feels impossible, and letting trusted friends and family members know what we're going through. Have you ever noticed how our minds are constantly racing, a whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and to-do lists? It's exhausting, isn't it? Mindfulness is about learning to step back from that mental chatter, to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's about finding moments of stillness amidst the chaos. Techniques like deep breathing and yoga can help us connect with our bodies, to ground ourselves in the present moment. When we're in the depths of depression, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of what feels impossible. We set unrealistic expectations for ourselves, and when we inevitably fall short, it only reinforces the cycle of self-criticism and despair. That's why it's so important to break things down into smaller, more manageable steps. When we're struggling with depression, it's tempting to reach for anything that promises relief, even if it's just temporary. Substance abuse might seem like a way to numb the pain, to escape the relentless grip of despair, but it's a dangerous and slippery slope. Alcohol and drugs can exacerbate the symptoms of depression, making it even harder to heal and move forward. The more we understand about depression, the more empowered we become to manage it. Knowledge is power, my friends. It allows us to advocate for ourselves, to make informed decisions about our treatment, and to challenge the stigma that still surrounds mental health. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship or pretending that pain doesn't exist. It's about learning to navigate the inevitable storms of life with courage and grace. It's about developing coping mechanisms that work for us, whether it's journaling, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, haven't we? We've explored the complex nature of depression, from its biological underpinnings to the social and environmental factors that can contribute to its development. We've talked about the importance of seeking professional help, the power of therapy and medication, and the transformative impact of lifestyle changes. If you're struggling with depression, please know that you are not alone. Reach out to a trusted friend or family member, a mental health professional, or a crisis hotline. There is help available, and you deserve to experience the freedom that comes with healing. Thank you for joining me on this journey of understanding and overcoming depression. To all the mental health professionals, advocates, and individuals who have shared their stories and insights, your contributions are invaluable. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel for more content on mental health, resilience, and living a more wholehearted life. As we close this chapter, remember this. Even in the darkest of times, hope remains. It might feel elusive, but it's always there, a flicker of light waiting to be rekindled. Believe in your own resilience, in your capacity for healing, and in the power of human connection. Depression can make us feel like we are lost in a forest of shadows. But as we've learned, there are paths through those woods. Understanding the different facets of depression biological, psychological, and social, is the first step to finding our way out. Remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. Seek professional guidance, embrace the power of therapy and medication if needed, and remember the importance of self-care and connection.